Every sip of Coca-Cola brings you closer to the excitement of the FIFA World Cup 26. Because nothing compares to the joy. So grab a Coke and drink in the FIFA World Cup 26. No purchase necessary. 13 plus in 50 U.S. states and D.C. with a web-enabled device. Ends March 1st with 8 entry periods. Rules at cokeurl.com/soccerrules.
Welcome back, everybody. We've got some big, exciting news here today. All right, so I don't know how familiar a lot of you guys are with the pistol brace rule that came into effect back in January of last year, but it was a big deal. All right, so and also, I guess we should probably just go back to pistol braces in general, so you guys really understand the whole scope of the situation here. So basically, the NFA, short-barreled rifles have always been part of the NFA ever since 1934. And so therefore, like if you wanted a short-barreled rifle, you had to go through the NFA tax stamp procedure, pay your $200 tax, if you want to call it that, or fine, whatever you want to call that, $200 that you have to pay the federal government in order to have a rifle that's has a barrel length shorter than 16 inches. But basically, it's been like that for a long time. And back in 2012, I believe, some Army veteran, his name was Alex Bosco, he invented this thing called a pistol brace or pistol stabilizing brace or pistol stabilizing device, right? So he created this device that was meant to attach to your arm. Like it wraps around and attaches to your arm so you can shoot, I guess, pistols more better while it's attached to your arm. So basically what happened is he invented this device, sent it to the ATF. The ATF came back and said, yeah, that's totally fine, totally legal. Go for it. Make your brace and sell it to the American people. He decided to do that, started doing it. It got really popular. A bunch of people started buying them because essentially what this did is you could get an AR's platform pistol. So an AR that has a barrel length shorter than 16 inches, and previously you just couldn't have anything on there. You could those were still legal. Like they made shorty AKs and shorty ARs all the time, but they just didn't have any type of device coming rearward that you could attach to your arm or put it against your shoulder or something like that. There's just nothing back there, right? So the AR pistols, it was a buffer tube that stuck back there, and that's how you shot them, right? So you could shoot them two-handed, you could shoot them one-handed, whatever. It's a AR, AK style pistol. And after this pistol brace came out, it obviously got really popular, so a lot of manufacturers started putting these pistol braces on their AR pistols or AK pistols and started selling like that. And for years and years and years, the ATF was like, totally legal, it's fine, no big deal. And then some people decided that they're going to put it against their shoulder, God forbid, instead of attaching it to their arm. And the anti-rights lobby got wind of that. And they're like, hey, ATF, this is against the law, right? They can't put that fucking thing against their shoulder. It's supposed to be on their arm. And the ATF's like, it doesn't fucking matter how you use it. It's just a device. It doesn't really matter. And it's not a regulatory device or accessory that we can really rule on, since it's not a part of it's not a gun, right? It's just a piece of plastic or polymer that you're selling and put them on the ass end of a pistol. So you could either stabilize against your arm or stabilize it against your shoulder. So basically they said it's fine. And, a few more years passed by, everyone's having fun with their pistol braces, having a good time, no big deal. And, then Biden got into office and he's looked at the pistol brace thing, and then Biden got a new director for the ATF, and essentially the ATF came down. It was January of last year, January of 2023, I believe. And, then they said, nope, just joking. That's illegal now again. So kind of a real brief history on the pistol brace thing and all that good stuff. But basically, so is January 31 of 2023, the ATF ended up publishing that rule, and it was very, very politically driven, obviously. It came in the wake of Biden getting into office and all that stuff, and the ATF director changing. So came down, they made a new rule stating that, boom, pistol braces are now illegal unless you go through the NFA. So everyone, the millions and millions and tens of millions of Americans that had a pistol brace since 2012, so was it 11 years, all of you Americans now, if you don't go through the NFA, register that firearm, pay your tax stamp, and all that good stuff, if you don't do that, you are now a felon. You just committed a felony offense against the government. You are now a bad, bad person. You deserve to go to prison, get locked up in a cage, and get all of your rights taken away from you because you decided to have a piece of plastic on the back end of your pistol. That's pretty much how it goes. So the ATF came down, said, you're now felons. You guys all suck. We hate you, gun owners of America. You guys all are bastards, and you deserve nothing but the worst. And we're going to put you in prison if you don't go through the NFA and register that pistol that you've had, that you've loved and shot and had a great time with for the past 10 plus years. That's now illegal, and you suck, and we hate you, and we're going to punish you for it. Forever, thinking that you would ever be able to hold on to that device forever and ever and ever. So now you're going to go to prison. We all hate you. So after the ATF said that, basically, then there's clearly going to be some pushback, right? So amazing gun rights organizations like Firearms Policy Coalition, Gun Owners of America, the NRA, all those good groups, they went out there, they all filed their lawsuits against the ATF, took them to court, and that made it to the Fifth Circuit. I do believe is that one. Yeah. So it made it to the Fifth Circuit by, I think it was, let me see here, it was November 8th of 2023. And the Fifth Circuit granted an injunction on the ruling stating, so it took from January to November, right, for this to make it to this, the Fifth Circuit. But it did. And then when it got to the Fifth Circuit, they said, all right, okay, let me back up real quick. Because the second that those lawsuits got filed against the ATF, members of those organizations were allowed to use pistol braces. They were exempt from the rule because they're part of those groups. So if you're sitting on the edge of the fence and you're like, oh, do I support a gun group or not? Like, do I want to send money to, groups and organizations like Firearms Policy Coalition or not? Do I want to do this? Well, there's certain pros to it for sure, and this was one of them. So, the Firearms Policy Coalition, their case, Mock v. Garland, made it to the courts first, and basically while that was happening, they were all fine. Everyone that was a member of FPC, GOA, and NRA, they were all allowed to keep using their braces. And then once it got to the Fifth Circuit just granted, and because that's part of the lawsuit too, is that there's they wanted to get an injunction on the rule nationwide for everyone. And once it got to the Fifth Circuit approved of that injunction. So therefore, as of November 8th, 2023, there has been an injunction on that rule while it was going through the court processes, right? So therefore, everyone was allowed to use pistol braces again as of November 8th. So the injunction got passed. People are allowed to use them. Everyone's like, okay, cool. All right, that was scary. We're allowed to use it, but it's not permanent. It hasn't gone through the courts yet. Like, we don't have an actual ruling on this rule. So therefore, we're all still kind of nervous biting our fingernails for the past however many months, right? So then just recently, the Fifth Circuit came out and ruled on the rule of the ATF, the pistol brace rule, right? So the ruling stated, I want to find the thing, so I want to read it just a little bit to you. So basically, here's the ruling, just a part of it. It's a 12-page ruling that came out. You guys can go find it on the internet and read it all you want. But basically, Judge Reed O'Connor, he was the judge, and this is part of what they were saying. So, one, it was not fuck me. Okay, one, it was not a logical outgrowth of the proposed rule. Two, defendants acted arbitrarily when they failed to consider important aspects of the problems presented and caused by the final rule. Defendants impermissibly extended their statutory authority under the NFA and the Gun Control Act of 1968. So that's obviously true. So the defendants, aka the ATF in this case, they impermissibly extended their statutory authority under the NFA and GCA. Obviously, we can all see that. You did impermissibly extend your statutory authority under those two national, anti-gun acts. So the ATF, they fucking fucked up, and that's just all there is to that. And Judge Reed O'Connor saw that and said, you guys are gay. We're not going to allow this anymore because you decided to extend your statutory authority under the NFA and GCA, and you're not allowed to do this. You're a three-letter organization. You're not a fucking lawmaking organization. The only lawmaking organization in this country is goddamn Congress. So get your fucking gay ass out of here, and you suck. You shouldn't have done it. And then number 4, this is a pretty important one. It violates various aspects of the United States Constitution. Obviously, I mean, just look at that. On its face is unconstitutional. That rule that came out that the ATF had the cojones to put out against the American people, it is 100% unconstitutional. Obviously, you fucking assholes. You can't do that. You can't just come down and rule on something that you fucking permitted, in the first place, and then come down 10 plus years later and say, just joking. That's not legal anymore. So you can't, first of all, the NFA and the GCA, those are unconstitutional. It's unconstitutional legislation, but at least though the NFA and the GCA, they got passed properly. At least they went through the House, Congress, and got signed into law by the president at the time. That's the way we do things here in America. This ain't fucking goddamn communist China. We have rights in this fucking country, you fucking cowards. So thank God that the Fifth Circuit and Judge Reed O'Connor, and thank God for FPC, because this was their case. It's called Mock v. Garland. If you guys are interested, you can go back and look at all that good stuff on there. So basically, yeah, FPC took it to court. They won. They beat the ATF as of right now, and pistol braces are now legal again nationwide. As of right now, the rule on the quote unquote final rule from the ATF is that it was unconstitutional. Shouldn't have done it. You guys suck. So we're good to go. Get your pistol braces ready. Shoot them up. I shouldn't have said that probably. Shoot up targets or something like that, So fuck me. Sorry. So yeah, get your pistol braces back. You guys are good to go as of right now. But look into the case. It's a pretty interesting case. I think it's interesting at least. But just so you guys know as well, this is also, just because this came out with the Fifth Circuit, you had better believe that the fucking ATF, they're going to take it up higher. So the Fifth Circuit ruled in our favor. So as of right now, we're good. But the ATF, they're going to appeal it again. They're going to appeal it, and it's going to go to the Supreme Court. Now, thankfully, the Supreme Court seems like they're going to be on the right side of the law here. When I say right, I don't mean, politically right. I mean, correct. They're going to be on the correct side of the law. They've ruled on various different gun legislation stuff as of recently, and there's a lot of really good cases. And maybe I'll go through some of these one of these days on a single shot episode about all the various, I guess, cases that made it to the Supreme Court and rulings on those cases. If you guys are interested in all that legal mumbo jumbo and all that good shit, then let me know, because I think it's kind of interesting and it would be kind of cool to go over. But in this case, it's very recent. This just happened, fresh, hot off the press. Pistol braces are back, baby. So get to use them again. You guys are good to go, as long as the Supreme Court decides to keep it the way it is. So the ATF will be taken to the Supreme Court, I'm sure. So it's going to take a few years for it to get there, though. But in the meantime, enjoy them while you can, because like always, all this stuff that we like to do as far as guns and everything else goes, it's a right. It's our American right to exercise our Second Amendment rights and have guns and, train with them, practice with them, have fun with them, hunt with them. Like it's our right as Americans. It's actually our God-given right as human beings for self-defense and self-preservation. And if you're not properly able to have the tools to properly defend yourself, and you're going to give the bad guys the upper hand, like that's fucking bullshit. Not in America. That's not what we do here. So I guess what I'm trying to say, guys, is that enjoy it while you can, because this isn't just because it's our right doesn't mean it's permanent. All right. These fucking cowards in Congress and in government in general, they can always come down tomorrow. They can always find some other 3-letter organization to do their bidding, right? Biden has already stated multiple times he is coming for our guns. He is 100% coming to take our rights away from us as Americans. And that's a huge priority of his. He wants to take away assault, quote unquote, assault weapons, right? He said that multiple times. So your ARs, your AKs, all that good stuff. He wants to take that shit away. He doesn't want us to have it anymore. He wants to get rid of, he wants to limit the capacity of ammo we can carry at one time and all that good stuff. He's openly said it. He is for sure coming after our guns. And, I'm not trying to be a fearmonger here, nothing like that. I'm just saying be diligent out there, right? Stay up to date. Keep up with some of these laws. We aren't, and find a good organization like FPC or GOA, so Firearms Policy Coalition or Gun Owners of America. There's some good groups out there to support, and I feel like you guys should support someone, right? As a gun owner in America, you should go out there and you should support a certain gun lobby. Just think of it as like an insurance policy, right? Find a good one, give them some money, support them, become a member, and fight the good fight. And then you don't have to really necessarily follow every single fucking rule and law and all that stuff. That's their job. Once you start paying them, and even if you're not paying them, even if you're not paying FPC, they're still doing a service for the American people, because they're not just fighting for their members. They're fighting for the entire country, right? So whether you give them or not, they're going to continue fighting. But at the same time, it does feel nice to support someone like that, right? Or organizations like that. So I guess that's my little thing on, we should probably find a group, fight the fight, so they're fighting against us. We need to fight back. So that's my little spiel on all that good stuff. So I do want to go into, before I leave here though, I do want to get into just what FPC said on their website. So this is from the firearmspolicy.org, their website for the Firearms Policy Coalition. So headline is FPC win Biden/ATF pistol brace ban vacated. Fort Worth, Texas, June 13th, 2024. Today, Firearms Policy Coalition announced a major legal victory in its Mock v. Garland lawsuit challenging the Biden administration's pistol brace ban rule issued by the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, ATF. Actually, ATFE, but ATF, because they like to keep the 3-letter organizations, so you put an E at the end, that's 4 letters, and they don't want that. They want to be, the ATF kind of wants to be seen as like the CIA and FBI, even though they're not, but they like to keep it 3 letters. So ATF, Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives. So sorry about that little side tangent. In the decision, United States District Court Judge Reed O'Connor granted summary judgment in favor of FPC and its co-plaintiffs and issued a final judgment and order vacating the ATF rule. The case and opinion can be found at fpclegal.org. So there you go. If you want to read the whole son of a bitch, go to fpclegal.org. All right. So the Biden administration's this is a quotation. So, and I quote, "The Biden administration's ATF hates us so much that lawlessly acted to turn millions of gun owners into felons. But FPC and our members ran towards the fire and defeated this evil," said FPC President Brandon Combs. Another quote, "Today's order shows that our community can take on an immoral government and win. FPC members should be proud of what was accomplished today. We look forward to defending this victory on appeal and up to the Supreme Court, just as we have in other cases." So there you go. Today's victory is one in a line of FPC community successes against the Biden administration. Indeed, the United States Supreme Court recently agreed to hear one of FPC's cases in which it prevailed in the courts below. The plaintiffs are represented by the attorneys Cody, I'm going to fuck these names up, Wisniewski of FPC Action Foundation, Bradley Benbrook, and Stephen Duvernay. What the fuck is up with these god dang lawyers? All right, but some lawyers in there, blah, blah, blah. Maxim Defense and FPC Action Foundation representative, individuals who want to support. Okay, so that's basically it. So they had some lawyers in there with some really long last names that were hard to pronounce. They're the ones that fought the ATF and won. So there you go. Motherfuck, dude. Big news about pistol braces and all that good stuff. So I don't know. I guess that's pretty much about it. So get them while you can, and don't take your rights for granted is basically the bottom line and the story what I'm trying to say here. So hope you guys enjoy this episode. If you could do me a favor and find an organization, find a good gun rights organization that is successful, that they have a good track record in fighting and winning, like FPC. So find a good gun rights organization, support them, and also support the show some more. A review would be great, or whatever else, and hit me up on some socials and whatnot. I did just break 1,000 followers on Instagram. That's a pretty big deal, I guess, according to what some people see. I will just say, if you guys want to hear more from me and getting guests and stuff, it's tough. It is really tough to get certain guests. I know a lot of people are like, hey, get on Grand Thumb. Hey, get on this person. Hey, get on that person. Hey, get on the Fat Electrician. Get on all these other like gun tubers and shit. Like, guess what? I would love to. I would fucking love to. But when I reach out to people like Grand Thumb and, Fat Electrician and other people, I've reached out to those people. They don't even fucking message me back. I'm sure they look at my page and they're like, this motherfucking loser doesn't have a very big following. What is he going to do for me besides have a cool conversation, I guess? But I don't know for sure if that's what they think or what, or maybe they just didn't even get my message. I don't know. But what I'm trying to say is, let's make some noise out there with this podcast. Get our voices out there and get some other people on the show. And just so you know, kind of behind the scenes action, what happens out there. It is tough out there for me to get certain people on because I am just a lowly little podcaster out here in the world swimming with sharks, you know what I'm saying? So I do appreciate all your guys' support. You guys have been fucking awesome. And if I do have to say so myself, I'd say that I probably got some of the more loyal base here with Victory Drive. You guys are the shit. I love hearing from you guys. And the Facebook group, Victory Drive Podcast Facebook group, is doing very well. I love seeing you guys on there with whatever pops up. And also, I did want to give a shout out to Matt Hoynes from Silencer Central. He's the one that sent me this information. It came out just yesterday, I guess. And he's like, hey, dude, you should do a solo series on this one. And I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. I can do that. So I got this information yesterday, looked into it, and here I am talking about it. So that's the whole point of the single shot series, is to be able to react to a changing environment quicker and faster and get more information out to you guys, I guess, that way. So it allows me to quickly readjust and move on and do other things. So I love it. I think this single shot series is going great, and you guys seem to have been really enjoying it. I've heard a lot from you guys about it, and I do appreciate that. So if you guys hear of anything else or have any other topics, feel free to reach out and get back to me and let me know what you want to hear. So once again, I appreciate you guys listening, and I appreciate all of your support. And yeah, there's that. Have a good rest of your week. Have a good weekend. We'll see you guys.